I'm 73 years old. I realized this a little too late, but I was loyal to work and absent from my own life. I don't say that to be dramatic. I say it because it's true, and because I don't have much reason left to pretend otherwise. When you reach this age, pretending gets tiring. You start telling the truth because it takes less effort. That most mornings now are quiet. I wake up before the sun, not because I have to, but because my body doesn't know what else to do. The house is still. The phone doesn't ring. There are no emails waiting. No one needs an answer from me. That's when it hits hardest. This space where my life used to be full of noise, and now it isn't. I'm not angry about it. I'm just awake to it. I didn't plan to live this way. No one does. I thought I was doing the right thing for a long time. I really did. When I was younger, work felt like responsibility. It felt like proof that I was useful, that I mattered. People depended on me. That meant something to me. That in my 20s, I was proud of how hard I worked. I took extra shifts. I stayed late. I said yes when other people said no. I liked being seen as reliable. I liked being the one who could handle pressure. It felt grown up. It felt necessary. Back then, life felt long. Time stretched out ahead of me like a road that never ended. I didn't think in terms of trade-offs. I thought in terms of later. I'll rest later. I'll be present later. I'll make it up to them later. Later always felt like it was waiting patiently for me. I married young. We didn't have much money, but we had energy. We talked about the future like it was something we could shape with our hands. I promised stability. I promised I would take care of things. And I meant it. That work became the way I kept that promise. I told myself that being tired was part of it. That missing dinner once in a while was part of it. That stress was just the cost of doing things right. When my wife said I wasn't around much, I didn't argue. I just said it wouldn't always be this way. And I believed that when the kids came, the stakes felt higher. I worked harder. I told myself I was doing it for them. Their clothes, their school, their future. That's what I said out loud. That's what I said in my head. What I didn't say was that work had become easier than being present. At work, there were clear problems and clear solutions. At home, things were messier. Emotions didn't follow rules. You couldn't fix everything by staying later. So I stayed later anyway. I missed small things at first. School events that I said I couldn't get out of. Bedtimes I promised I'd be there for, and then wasn't. Conversations that happened without me. None of it felt like a big loss in the moment. That's the dangerous part. It all seemed harmless. I told myself I'd catch the next one, that there would be plenty more. I didn't understand that what I was missing wasn't one event or one evening. I was missing accumulation, the slow building of being there. I remember coming home late one night and finding the house already asleep. Toys put away, dishes done, lights off. I stood in the kitchen for a while, still in my coat, feeling like a guest who had arrived after the party ended. I didn't think much of it then. I just went to bed. Years went by like that. Promotions, raises, praise, people shaking my hand and thanking me for my dedication. It felt good to be recognized. It felt solid. It felt like something I could point to. At home, things grew quieter. Not all at once, slowly. Conversations became shorter. The kids stopped asking if I'd be there and started assuming I wouldn't. My wife stopped complaining. That should have worried me more than it did. Silence can look like peace if you're not paying attention. I told myself we were fine. We weren't fighting. We weren't in crisis. I thought that meant we were strong. I didn't see that we were just drifting. To people living alongside each other, both tired, both busy, both assuming there would be time to reconnect later. There it is again. Later. By my 40s, work had become my identity. If you asked me who I was, I would have answered with my job title before anything else. It gave me structure. It gave me a place to go. It gave me a reason to get up that I didn't notice how small my personal world had become. Friends faded. Hobbies disappeared. Even my own thoughts were crowded out by schedules and deadlines. When the kids moved out, I told myself it was normal to feel a little empty, that this was just the next phase. I leaned into work even more. It felt safer than asking what I had lost at my wife, and I started living parallel lives. We were polite. We were functional. We were no longer close. I don't blame her. I wasn't there enough to build anything that could last. One day she told me she felt alone even when I was in the room. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to fix it, but I didn't know how to be present without feeling awkward. So I did what I always did. I worked more. That was the pattern. When things hurt, I stayed busy. The turning point didn't come as a dramatic moment. It came quietly. An illness, a hospital room that smelled like disinfectant and old air, machines humming softly, my wife sitting beside the bed, looking smaller than I remembered. We talked then, really talked, about the years that passed without much between them, about the distance, about how tired she had been of waiting. She didn't accuse me. That made it worse. She just sounded sad, resigned, like someone who had already mourned something a long time ago. She died a few months later. There are things you think you'll say when the moment comes. There are apologies you rehearse in your head. The truth is, when time runs out, words don't line up the way you expect them to. What's left unsaid stays that way. After that, work lost its shine. I went back out of habit more than purpose. The office felt hollow. The praise felt thin. I retired not long after. People shook my hand. They thanked me for my years of service. They wished me well. Then they went back to their desks. I went home to a quiet house. That's when the full weight of it settled in. Not all at once, in pieces, in empty afternoons, in holidays that came and went with fewer calls, in realizing that my children knew me more as a provider than as a presence. We talk now, we're polite, we care, but there's a distance that time doesn't easily undo. You can't build history after the fact. I don't say this to shame anyone. I know why I made the choices I did. At the time, they felt responsible. They felt necessary. No one told me that being reliable at work could slowly make you absent everywhere else. No one told me that success could be loud while life slips away quietly. There are things I can't fix now. I can't go back to those evenings I miss. I can't sit at the table with my wife the way I should have. I can't become a younger man who still has time to balance things differently. I can only tell the truth about it. If you're listening to this, I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know what pressures you're under. I do know this. Work will take whatever you give it. It will never tell you it has enough. The people in your life are different. They stop asking after a while. Not because they don't care, but because they learn who you are available to. I thought I was being loyal. I didn't see that loyalty without presence is just absence with an excuse. I don't regret working. I regret working at the cost of everything else. I regret assuming there would always be more time to show up once things settle down. Things don't settle down. They just change. Now my days are simple. I make coffee. I read. I sit with my thoughts. Sometimes I look at old photos and try to remember how it felt to be in the middle of it all. Rushing, important, needed. Sometimes I wish I had slowed down enough to notice that I was already living the life I would. Later, miss, I don't have a lesson to sell you. I don't have a solution. I just have this truth, learned the long way. Presence doesn't announce itself. You don't realize its value until it's gone. If this meant something to you, I'm glad. That's enough for me. I don't have much time left, but I have clarity now, and that will have to do.